What's up, Super Players? It's your homie C-Rod, and in today's video what I'm gonna be talking about is the Dragon Ball Super card game tutorial app, if you will, or the Dragon Ball Super card game video game in progress. That's how I see it. I feel like the tutorial app has been slowly but surely adding more and more features. As you guys can see, we have a new free battle feature. If you guys want to download the video game or the tutorial app, pretty much I'll have it in the description below. And in this video, I'm pretty much going to be discussing why we haven't gotten a Dragon Ball Super card game video game. Bandai, if you ever watch this video, just know by the comments that people are always saying, we want an actual video game. I want an actual video game. Let it be known in the comment section below if you want an actual Dragon Ball Super card game video game. I feel like it would make the game flourish. I know there's a lot of people out there that love Dragon Ball Super card game, but unfortunately just do not have, the resources to actually play with other people. If it's either they can't actually buy the cards because there's nowhere near their area that sells the cards, or they have nobody to actually play with. But with a quick fix of actually making a Dragon Ball Super card game video game, we will definitely be able to get more people to actually play the game. I want to get your guys' opinions. What do you guys feel? Do you think a Dragon Ball Super card game video game would actually help Dragon Ball Super card game flourish and get more popular and be among one of the best card games that has, ever flourished? Or will it, ruin the game? I know based on prior experience with other card games and how they have released the actual online gameplay with the actual cards, like an online video game, people were first skeptical. They were like, oh, it's gonna ruin the game, nobody's gonna want to buy the actual cards anymore. But in term, it has actually done the opposite. More and more people have actually gotten into the game and actually want to get the physical card, like physical copies of the cards, instead of just like the virtual card game. And as you guys can see, this tutorial app, I'm showing you guys gameplay of this tutorial app. Right now I'm playing the Broly deck and I'm playing against that King Vegeta deck, and as you guys can see, everything works in synchronization. Like, you can use the super combos. You draw 2, warp 1 for the Paragus super combo. You just drag the cards to the combo area to combo cards out. It runs very, very similar to actual Dragon Ball Super card game, except for some different things, like you cannot have an unlimited amount of battle cards in the battle area, because I think there's not enough space in the screen to actually be able to spam out a bunch of cards. But like I'm saying, this is a developmental game. Like, they're developing the card game. If somebody could actually make a game like this, where everything synchronizes well, like when you activate an ability, you get to actually get the ability going off and it automatically gives you the cards and all that. That would be very, very, very sick. Like, when you're searching out for cards, you could actually search your whole deck and it synchronizes, lets you pick the exact cards that you could actually search out for. Kind of like, if you guys don't know, there's this video game out there called Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro or YGO Pro. It's pretty much a simulator for Yu-Gi-Oh! But it runs very, very, very well, and it's synchronized very, very well. Like, when you play a card, it literally runs like how it would run in the actual physical card game, not virtual. And if we could get something like that for Dragon Ball Super card game, I feel it'll blow up. I know we have other means of playing this game, like online. You could play with Untap, and you could play it with Octagon, which are like this website and this program that allows you to play the cards on online with other people. But it's not the same, because you have to do everything manually. I'm talking about a game that could actually run based on what the cards do. So like, if you play a card and it says KO a card, the computer system would actually let you choose and KO a card, and everything was synchronized perfectly. And I don't know what systems this game would come out in if Bandai makes an official version, which I feel they will, because I did talk to one of the developers at Anime Convention and I did ask him about, you know, will we ever have a video game? Will that we ever get a full-on version of the tutorial app, not just a tutorial app? I know they have been implementing new decks and allowing you to do like the free battle, which I'm doing right now. As you guys can see, I'm playing the Broly deck versus the King Vegeta deck, and they have added, you know, the Goku deck, so you could play against the King Vegeta deck, or you could even play against the Gogeta deck, and you could play against the Frieza deck. But I'm talking about if we can actually get a full-on game where you actually get to build your own deck with all the cards that have actually existed, or even better, if we could actually get a game where we get the actual cards, you know, our actual cards, and we're able to scan our cards into our like video game. And I feel like this could be like possible. Like, I don't know what platform Bandai would actually release this on. Let it be known in the comment section below what platform you think this game would flourish on. I think it'll be doing extremely well on the Nintendo Switch. That's my personal opinion. I feel like it could do really well on the Nintendo Switch, just because the Nintendo Switch has such a huge market. And I feel instead of releasing the Dragon Ball Heroes World Mission video game, they would have released the Dragon Ball Super Card Game video game. I feel Dragon Ball Super Card Game would have done really well. Or even on the computer, like on the PC or in the Mac, if they were to release a full-on card game for that. Obviously, when you're releasing video games, they're gonna start charging you. Hopefully it's not, if Bandai does decide to do a video game, they do not do the monthly subscription based type of video game where you have to pay an additional subscription base to actually play the game online, because I know Konami does that with like their video games, their Yu-Gi-Oh video games. Hopefully they don't do that. Obviously there's probably gonna be like, oh, buy booster packs like here. But if Bandai does decide to make a full-on video game, hopefully they do a video game where you could just play the video game and unlock points that allow you to actually buy booster packs online, and there's no more additional cost to the game. But you know, Bandai does make video games. Bandai also has a video game company, so they could definitely make something work. As you guys can see right now, we have the, you know, the tutorial app that's running very smoothly. Like, everything I'm doing, as you guys could see, I'm playing the Broly deck. It's all running smoothly with the comboing, the countering, the you know, the defensive step, all that stuff. It works really well. And I just wanted to vent out and make a video about, you know, will we ever get a Dragon Ball Super Card Game video game? I know video games don't take like a week or two to develop. They take some video games even take years. But for a card game, I would love to see a Dragon Ball Super Card Game video game. Like I'm saying, like if we could get that scanning thing where you get the cards, you pull the card, and then in the booster pack you could scan some of your cards into the video game and then play with people online. I guarantee Dragon Ball Super Card Game will like explode without proportion, and it'll make me play Dragon Ball Super Card Game even when I don't have anybody to play with, because when you have the physical cards, sometimes you don't have anybody to play with. Like when I'm at home, I don't have anybody to play with. I have to go to my local card shop to actually find people to play with, and then I'm playing with just them, you know. Like, to expand your skill level, I know for a fact if you play online, you'll develop a crazy amount of skill, especially for those players that are trying to take this game to a competitive scene. Like if you make a deck online and you play online against other people ranked matches, like official ranked matches where people are playing their best, when you go to a regional or a big tournament, you're gonna be top notch. Your skills are gonna be fine-tuned, and for that reason I feel like that's another incentive for Bandai to actually come out with a video game. And Dragon Ball Super Card Game is a phenomenal game without a doubt, and if they could like make this tutorial app a full-on game. I don't know if exactly they would make this exact tutorial app into a video game, or they will actually make a completely brand new video game, but I could see this video game flourishing on like all platforms, PC or the Nintendo Switch, Xbox, you know, PlayStation 4. I could see all of that working very, very well with Dragon Ball Super card game. So hopefully they do that. I don't know if they're gonna do it. I was talking to the Bandai people and they didn't give me a yes, they didn't give me a no. It was more like a maybe, you know, like they didn't want to really tell me anything. But from the looks of it, I feel like they will do it, just because we do got this tutorial app, and this tutorial app right here is pretty much an actual living proof that it is possible to do, right? As you guys are seeing, I'm playing the Broly deck and it's running completely smooth, just like how it will in the actual card game. And I know all you could do right now is just play against the AI, and the AI is no joke. They put the AI pretty hard, so I don't understand why this is a tutorial app, because the tutorial, for being a tutorial app, beating the computer is not so easy. The computer is very, very good. And maybe if we're even to have a story mode, that would be tight too. Maybe a Dragon Ball Super card game story mode. But that's gonna be in the video. That's my opinions, and let it be known in the comment section below how you guys feel about this. And like we always say, y'all stay super.